personally, I think he has been told to step down. He is the
Okay.
last person to resign on his own. Health is always the reason because at our age, if you take us to hospital, they'll keep us back for 10 days. The way Mr. Dhankar played and stretched out like a rubber band, every power that he had was rather shocking. I'm using the term as an ex-MP during his tenure, was sometimes shocking and most of the time very hurting. Very, very hurting.
Also see this as some kind of a political conspiracy where probably there is a tacit understanding between all of them. All of them, when I say, is between Mr. Dhankar, between Mr. Nadda, Prime Minister Modi, Kiran Rijiju. Now, is it a game which is playing out with a mutual understanding?
It very well could be. You remember Rijiju was shunted out so badly. He was made the most articulate minister, and all of a sudden he was told to shut up. That he is not a party product. He is not a party product. I have talked to BJP members who felt he was doing well for the party, but he's not a party product. So they were. I have a suspicion. It's very, very personal. Very, very personal. Nobody in his right senses would believe that the relationship between the BJP top leadership, namely the duo, and the RSS top leadership, namely Mr. Bhagwat and company, is going on well. Because had it gone on well, they would have elected a president long ago. The fact that the president is not being elected shows that there is a certain amount of ground to be covered.
No, so you are saying that this could be a game played out for bringing in an RSS vice president?
Very much.
Hello and a warm welcome to HW News Network, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and thought-provoking conversations. In a development which can be termed as a riddle wrapped in mystery, rolled in an enigma, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar resigned from his post of the Vice President late last night, citing health grounds. Now, layers and layers of speculation have been doing the rounds that all is not well between BJP and Dhankhar. Did the resignation have a connection with the impeachment motion against Justice Yashwant Verma? Was Dhankhar seen as siding with the opposition? Now, all these are speculations. But this morning, there was a tweet put out by Prime Minister Modi. And I want to show you that tweet because that tweet is self-revealing. He says, Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar ji got many opportunities to serve our country in various capacities, including as the Vice President of India, wishing him good health. Now, if you read this tweet very, very carefully, it seems like the tone and tenor of a man who doesn't regret, who's completely disdainful of Mr. Jagdeep Dhankhar. No salutations like Honorable Vice President. He writes, Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar. So that's not a very acceptable tone coming in from the Prime Minister for a person who is the Vice President of India and is also the Chairman of Rajya Sabha. Now, all these, as I told you, there have been many, many speculations, but Dhankhar's resignation, I'm told, has been accepted by President Draupadi Murmu, and Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, Harivansh Narayan Singh, now will officiate in place of Dhankhar. Sources have also said that apparently Dhankhar won't attend the farewell and neither will he rethink over his decision. That is something which the TV channels have been running. Now, I want to show you a small clip of what happened inside Rajya Sabha, because what I'm told is that this real trouble, what the sources have been saying, that the real trouble has arisen because Jagdeep Dhankhar tried to be overzealous with the impeachment of Justice Yashwant Verma, because the same impeachment motion was moved in by the treasury benches inside Lok Sabha, but the motion by the opposition was accepted by Dhankar in Rajya Sabha, and government also wanted to take the credit. And this is what irked Prime Minister Modi, JP Nadda, Kiran Rijiju, all of them. And also, to give you an example, yesterday there was a business advisory committee meeting, the second one, which was not attended by JP Nadda and Mr. Kiran Rijiju, and Mr. Jagdeep Dhankhar wasn't informed that there will be no one from the treasury benches. So a lot of things have happened. There is also some meeting which took place at Mr. Rajnath Singh's residence or office, and apparently from there the situation triggered. That's what people are saying. So let me play out that little clip for you, which what happened inside Parliament, just to give you a little glimpse of what went wrong, how Jagdeep Dhankhar felt humiliated. Let's listen into Mr. JP Nadda.
I am not going into the details of it, but I would like to tell you, अरे गुस्सा मत करो भैया, अरे गुस्सा मत करो, nothing will go on record, whatever I'll say that will go on record, you should know. तो मैं ये बता रहा हूँ कि सभापति जी श्रमिक भट्टाचार्य ने on our own under रूल 167 ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के बारे में चर्चा रखी है बिजनेस एडवाइजरी कमेटी में। आप समय तय करेंगे, भारत सरकार मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में हर बात की चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार है और हम चर्चा करेंगे।
So whatever I say will go on record. Nothing will go on record. He says, Mr. Nadda says, whatever I say will go on record. Nothing else will go on record. Now that is not a language which Mr. Nadda should have spoken. These were the words coming in from the chair. Now, this is also one clip which is viral, and people are kite flying with whatever assumptions they can. Now, I will show you the tweet which was put out by Jairam Ramesh this morning, which describes the sequence of events. Let's play out that tweet. So here it is. Yesterday, Shri Jagdeep Dhankhar chaired the Business Advisory Committee of the Rajya Sabha at 12:30 p.m. It was attended by most members, including Leader of the House JP Nadda and the Minister of Parliamentary Affairs Kiran Rijiju. After some discussion, BAC decided to meet again at 4:30 p.m. At 4:30 p.m., the BAC reassembled under the chairmanship of Mr. Jagdeep Dhankhar. It waited for Shri Nadda and Shri Kiran Rijiju to arrive. They never came. Jagdeep Dhankhar was not personally informed that the two senior ministers were not attending. Rightly, he took umbrage and rescheduled the BAC for today at 1 p.m. Now, this was a tweet which was put out in the morning by something very serious. So something very serious happened yesterday between 1 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. to account for the deliberate absence of Shri Nadda and Shri Rijiju from the second BAC yesterday. Now, in a truly unprecedented move, Jagdeep Dhankhar has resigned. He has given health reasons for doing so. Those should be respected, but it is also a fact that there are far deeper reasons for his resignation. While always lauding post-2014 India, he spoke fearlessly for the welfare of farmers, forcefully against what he called ahankar in public life, and strongly on judicial accountability and restraint. To the extent possible, under the current G2 ruling regime, he tried to accommodate the opposition. He was a stickler for norms, proprieties, and protocol, which he believed were being consistently disregarded in both his capacities. Jagdeep Dhankhar's resignation speaks highly of him. It also speaks poorly of those who had got him elected as vice president in the first instance. So this is just a little lowdown, what I have given you, what has happened since morning. Prime Minister's tweet, Jairam Ramesh's tweet, yesterday's clip. So lot of things happened in the parliament, but many are saying that lot has been happening for the last several days, and things weren't going well between Dhankhar and the treasury benches. So on this particular story, joining me this evening is a very special guest, author, columnist, former Rajya Sabha MP who was in Trinamool earlier. Jawhar Sircar joins us. He has had many trucks with the former Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar. He joins us this evening. Mr. Sircar, thank you so much for joining. And if you're there, yes, Mr. Sircar has joined us. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. And we've shown the sequence of events, what has happened, what has gone wrong. But everything looks still like a puzzle, like an enigma. But What are the reasons, according to you? How would you see Jagdeep Dhankar's all of a sudden resignation? How would you read this as?
Personally, I think he has been told to step down. He is the last
Okay.
person to resign on his own. Health is always the reason because at our age, if you take us to hospital, they'll keep us back for 10 days. Anyone. So after I'm talking the post-70 generation. Now, what Mr. Dhankar perhaps overestimated a bit was that he was never an insider where the BJP and RSS were concerned. Now, the BJP and RSS have a strong casteist cadres. I don't mean caste in the sense of Brahman or Baniya or something. I mean caste means caste of orientation, caste of organization, caste of membership. Now, those who have come up from the RSS, ABVP, BJP route are absolutely clean Brahmin. That is like Arun Jaitley or others. So they have their own casteism. कि कौन से route से आया? Those who have come up from the RSS and have been seconded to the BJP, like Mr. Modi, have another thing to say. Those who are purely BJP but were never part of the Shakha, never part of the RSS, have another sort of B-class existence. So everybody in the BJP knows that these are the rules of the game. Now, Mr. Dhankar never came up through the RSS Shakha. He was in fact opposed to them politically at that point of time. His pedigree is for a very brief while Congress, for some time Congress, and for a very brief while Janta. Okay. So he has come from a non-pedigree camp. So he is been given one of the highest responsibilities, and I would say in the BJP scheme of affairs, management of the two houses are an extension of their principles of hegemonic government. Hegemonic government just doesn't mean that you demonetize one morning or do something deadly or to Pulwama, Balakot. Those are coming and going. Hegemonic government means keep the other guy under tremendous pressure. Under tremendous pressure. So where the BJP is concerned, I won't drag the RSS everywhere because they have their distance. Where the BJP under Amit Shah and Mr. Modi are concerned, they treat the CBI, the Enforcement Directorate, the Speaker's office, the Chairman Rajya Sabha's office to be all points of control.
No, but
And
you,
no
like what you
qualms about
said,
it.
no, you said that BJP treats these posts as points of control. But many people read it as, the utility of Dhankar was over, and he has been used by BJP as a tissue paper, used and thrown now.
Now, why he has been thrown out is a mystery that will come up. You see, his legacy is that of taking the Rajya Sabha powers of the chairman to the highest point ever. If you go through our constitutional history, no chairman in the Rajya Sabha has used, and if I may put it, arbitrarily used the powers. I have given an interview a long time ago on constitutional law where I say that constitutional law is not exactly the word of law, LAW. It's the gaps in between. Gaps in between also matter. So constitutional law is being established in front of our eyes that every section of the rules of business of the Rajya Sabha, I have read a bit about the rules of procedure of the Lok Sabha as well. Every section of the rules of business of the Rajya Sabha are tilted in favor of the chairman. Now, this is again a hangover of the colonial period. You see, even our constitution was based primarily on the
No, but it's
1835
your
Act.
assumption.
The
Mr.
1835 Act was turned and twisted.
Right. No, but in your view, what do you think really went wrong between Mr. Dhankar and the Treasury benches? Like what is
Can you
being
hear me?
said about him today? Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you, sir. No, what I'm asking is that a lot of things happened in Parliament yesterday. Are you able to hear me? I think your frame is frozen. Mr. Sarkar, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. No, so I was saying that a lot of things happened inside
Yes.
Parliament yesterday over the
Let's
impeachment
say
of
it's okay.
Justice Yashwant Verma.
I can hear.
So was that
Yes,
the trigger? Do you
I
think
can.
that was the trigger? No, do you think that impeachment of Yashwant Verma was the trigger? Was a threshold moment beyond which they couldn't entertain each other at all?
Uh, I'm told that is the threshold. I'm told that is the threshold of the tipping point. But as I said, these relationships are of much more complex nature. The way Mr. Dhankar played and stretched out like a rubber band every power that he had was rather shocking. I'm using the term as an ex-MP during his tenure, was sometimes shocking and most of the time very hurting. Very, very hurting. I can give you an example. During question hour, it comes to a very innocent thing. During question hour, it comes to a choice of who he can sing. And all of us put slips and I would like to speak something, and you pick up 3 or 4 of them. Sometimes you'd see that even if an opposition member of consequence filed 10 times for 10 questions, he would never be given a chance. पसंद नहीं, शक्ल पसंद नहीं या इनका आदत पसंद नहीं. And he would give the same 3 chances in one session of half an hour, 40 minutes, to somebody who would disturb the government. There is a lady who defected from the AAP. He would give 3 chances to her to rile the government, so to say, to rile the thing. He would give 4 chances to a pure opposition member, because that opposition member is not capable of torpedoing the house. But those 3 or 4 who were capable of torpedoing the house with more information, it just looked the other way. Now that is a bit of that hurts, because we raise our hands not because we have hands. We raise our hands because we have done our homework. The homework shows that this is wrong. So there are instances of pure partisanship in his selection, which hurt the whole house. The house as a whole would come in the lobby and say, "Dekha, kya? Us lady ko 3 baar de diya. Wo hai kaun?" So that sort of thing. These things he did almost subconsciously. He went on doing subconsciously. There is another point on which that the entire opposition is hurt, and this will remain in history. There is a Rule 267. Now, Rule 267 of the Rajya Sabha simply means, my lord, will you please discuss this special issue that I'm bringing before you? It could be a big rape case, it could be anything, a special issue. It could be even the cheating on NEET, the massive thuggery that went on NEET. You understand? The earth-shaking thing. And say, my lord, please allow us to discuss this. And wo jo listed matter hai, itne sare important hai, it's your will, you can allow it to happen. Now, this is not a question of, what shall I say, a question of propriety versus impropriety.
No, but
It's a question.
Sir, now, I want to come back to pinpointedly this episode of Dhankar's resignation. Of course, his tenure has been very, very controversial. You faced it many times yourself because you were in the house at that time. But did you ever imagine that Mr. Dhankar would face an end like this?
No. I thought Dhankar was going places. He was going places because his espousal, his demonstration of loyalty had even crossed. They were part of the social media. If somebody is crouching deep before the prime minister, it's been
Yes.
captured. Social media is a very mischievous thing. So it goes around in a trice, in a second.
Such a crouching fellow who was, almost prostrating before the powers that be. How could things so horribly go wrong? That is what surprises everyone.
No,
Everyone has seen videos of Mr. Dhankar.
No, we can't do a whodunit here. We can't do a whodunit here. Sometimes, as in the case of that BJP president who was openly taking money on a glass table, you
You're
dump
talking
him
about
forever.
Bakaru Lakshmi. Yes.
You will dump him forever. Or even if you stick a female-oriented tape to another BJP leader, I refer to one Mr. Joshi, he can bounce back. He can bounce back.
No, but
So
what do you think is going to be, Mr. Sarkar? What do you think is going to be the repercussion of Dhankar's resignation on the party? Because many people are saying that this is almost like an open rebellion happening at the highest level, and nobody had preempted it, but it has happened, and it is a symptom of a larger disease from which the BJP as a party is suffering.
see, the BJP has to come to terms with the fact that not everyone is happy with the Gujarati duo. Not everybody is happy with the Gujarati duo. First of all, they represent and they chauvinize Hindutva without becoming Hindi themselves. They are not. So they have taken off all the markings of Hindi hegemony to other corners. Number one. So they don't belong to that belt that starts from Haryana, moves through Delhi, parts of Punjab, Western UP, and it goes down. Rajasthan, Ganganagar, that part, that hardcore belt from which the BJP and RSS cadre.
But
They
Mr.
lead,
Sarkar, many people are also reading it as some kind of a big conspiracy. Now, do you also see this as some kind of a political conspiracy, where probably there is a tacit understanding between all of them? All of them, when I say, is between Mr. Dhankar, between Mr. Nadda, Prime Minister Modi, Kiran Rijiju. Now, is it a game which is playing out with a mutual understanding?
it very well could be. You remember, Rijiju was shunted out so badly. He was made the most articulate minister, and all of a sudden he was told to shut up. Something like that. So he was told to shut up. So Rijiju was then reinstated, if you remember. And that law minister from Rajasthan, हमारे, that multicolored turban gentleman, he was given a free say. All of a sudden, Rijiju was brought back. So this happens in every party. I mean, temporary things happen and temporary. But this, you missed out my main point, that he is not a party product. He is not a party product. I have talked to BJP members who felt he was doing well for the party, but he's not a party product. So they were. I have a suspicion. It's very personal, very personal. Nobody in his right senses would believe that the relationship between the BJP top leadership, namely the duo, and the RSS top leadership, namely Mr. Bhagwat and company, is going on well. Because had it gone on well, they would have elected a president long ago. Long. The fact that the president is not being elected shows that there is a certain amount of ground to be covered.
No, so you are saying that this could be a game played out for bringing in an RSS vice president?
Very much. Very much. That could be it. And they have their own way of saying. There are signals when Mr. Bhagwat said that 75 is ripe old age and all that, to which replies go that Moti hai to mumkin hai, 150 tak, and etc. and all that. So you must remember that there are these vibes going on. In politics, sometimes, and I used to notice this, a straightforward bureaucrat, you put something on a note and you send it to a party, person, and you expect a return. Seedhe saadhe. Then I realized that chitti and all that is not the issue. The issue comes out in the public domain through statements made and reported by the press. If you want to attract your leader's attention, have a statement of consequence made out on which you will realize the litmus test. You understand? Half the statements made by political leaders are simply dipping litmuses into liquid to see which color they take. To see which color they take. That's one of the rules of politics. You dip it there, and if it turns alkaline, you know, acha, it was alkaline. So, since political leaders themselves have no idea of what's the next step forward or what the neta or the netri is thinking, so they play these games. They play these games. And sometimes they play with such play acting that Prithviraj Kapoor or Shah Rukh Khan would fade.
No, but I'm just wondering the extent of this game. If what you are saying is right, that this could be a mutually, it could be a mutual understanding. It's a game playing out with mutual understanding just to bring in an RSS vice president. What could be more horrendous than this? And what are the takeaways, if at all? If at all, I'm saying, if is there is a big if. If at all this turns out to be true.
See, very much as liberal India would like to think on those terms, many again don't feel that the transport minister,
Mr. Gadkari.
Mr. Gadkari, who's hardcore RSS, hardcore everything, is that horrible. You see, RSS also has faces. You must remember
No,
that
now what you're
RSS.
saying, Mr. Sarkar, what you're saying strikes me now more, because you are saying that this could be a mutual game played out with a mutual understanding just to bring in an RSS vice president. But at the same time, simultaneously, if you look at the social media, there are various names now doing the rounds, like Mr. Shashi Tharoor. Shashi Tharoor could be the president. Mr. Chandrachud's name is, Justice Chandrachud's name is also coming up as one of the front runners. We do not know when the elections will happen, but the names have already started doing the rounds. So maybe they'll discreetly bring in an RSS vice president. There could be a possibility in what you're saying.
They could also bring in what you call ventriloquist doll. They could also bring in a doll to whom all ventriloquist messages would be sent. Almost all the governors have been converted to that. You see, the orders are actually issued, not only when the Home Minister can't find time for so many orders. So he's dedicated this to the state section, and the Deputy Secretary keeps rushing, saying, Governor of such and such has sent this clipping and a translation in such and such language, and he feels that we should react. We should react. Now, the entire idea is impudent and stupid. It is almost like the resident of British colonial period behaving. So it's like the residents would behave that my Britain first and Mewar can go to hell. That sort of thing. So here he would seek an undersecretary and would talk to a deputy secretary and said, Sale ko bolo na, isko bolo na, ye kare. And this is actually the fact. And they would send a two-liner,
Yes.
ki aap ye karo. And the fellow would jump at it. I'm using the word fellow for a governor, jaan bujh ke, because most of them are younger than me. Many of them are younger than me in surveys, and I see them in all around. You jump at it and say, orders mil gaya. I have received my order. Let me make a press statement. Call everybody. I'll make a press statement. How bold is it? How bad is the state government? The state government should be dumped into the Bay of Bengal. Well, got its day's work.
I was coming to you with my last question now, Mr. Sarkar. You made some very interesting points, like the RSS vice president. This could be a game played out with mutual understanding. But what is it going to end into now? Now that we do not know, there are layers and layers of speculation. I don't even know whether this puzzle will get resolved as to what really happened, what went wrong, or what never went wrong, but it was made out to look like something wrong. That also could be a possibility. So what is it going to end up into? Very briefly, yes.
It'll be one more of the RSS bade hai. Ye Gujarati do bade hai. It is one more shadow boxing of that's going on now. Without no holds barred. See, the withdrawal of the RSS in the last election from booth level support crashed the BJP vote. The same RSS went back in Maharashtra to support the state elections, and the results went up. So the RSS has said, don't treat me as a feeding ground, as an Eton college for your thing, and don't think that anything that you do, both in the party and in government, can go unaffected. This is a message कि आप please थोड़ा बहुत समझ लीजिए. There is no doubt about it. So this is one of those things, one of the things that has got caught. Poor Mr. Dhankar, he wished me well when I went, and he was pretty happy to see me go, I guess. I can say I am unhappy to see him go. I have seen him in Calcutta, and we have played Twitter games. He's saying something, I'm saying something, and which could be taken. But he's a sharp man. He knows his law.
Yes.
He knows his law better than most people do. So in a way, though he did not agree to what I said, I didn't agree to what he said, it would be sad. There's a big smile in his face if you see the photo of my going. But I don't have a smile on my face when I see Dhankar going. Thank you.
No, it's really a bizarre turn of events since last evening. It's just been crazy. But what is the mystery behind? Nobody knows. It's almost like an enigma. And will this puzzle get solved ever? I don't know. But I'll go by what Mr. Sarkar just said. What if this is a political game playing out with mutual understanding of Mr. Dhankar, Prime Minister Modi, Kiran Rijiju, JP Nadda, only to get in an RSS vice president? Think about it and give your feedback also on this interview. Thank you so much, Mr. Sarkar, for joining on HW. Thank you.